Hey there, YouTube land. Big Dave here. Sorry, there's not much light today. You know, it's been raining out and it's dark, so I just have what I have here. So I've been busy doing different things, so I haven't posted up too many videos. But I have a couple questions that came across the board, so I said, well, you know, let me try to get to some of these questions and make them work. So it doesn't matter what order I start in. You know, it doesn't matter. Somebody wrote about the Yamaha 82Z soprano, and I guess they weren't that happy with it and thought it sounds thin. And I think on my other video where I use it, when I first got it, I put up a video, and that has kind of a narrow spectrum to it, you know. And yeah, I mean, in the beginning, the one mouthpiece I was using, an S27 and an S15, I was testing those out. And I kind of don't use the S27 too much. I don't care for the, I think the tone is a little bit on the narrow side. You know, so the one I use most of the time, like since I got it, I don't know how long I've had this now, a couple years. I'm not really sure, 2015 maybe. So I got this one. I used to play Yamaha, which I had for a long time, and then it just was falling apart. It was in really bad shape. Then I decided I didn't want a soprano, so I got rid of it. And then maybe 10 years went by, and I went to find one. I still preferred the one piece. This is the 82Z. But I mean, the real question here is, it's really a personal preference. If you don't like a certain soprano, go find another one. You know, if you want a Selmer or Yamaha or whatever. You know, I don't know, this one seems to be okay. As far as the technique, the key work is really good. Now, I haven't used this in maybe, I think the last time I used this was at the mall. So a couple of weeks was the last time I had this over at the Jersey Gardens Mall when we did the festival there. So anyway, when you're going to play, find some kind of a pitch, whether it's a piano or... So here's on my metronome, there's that A, you know, try to locate the pitch. See how flat it is? It's way flat. So you need to fix that. You can't just go play, and you can't just be tightening and, you know, up. So I'm going to push it in a little bit, see if I can find the pitch. But it is really flat, super flat. So I'll make a couple adjustments here. Actually, now it's a little above. So it's just about in the cracks. I'm not a big fan of this ligature. It's kind of annoying because every time you move the mouthpiece, the ligature comes loose. And then I have to reset it. So anyway, alright, so now we solved that problem. And this is a Rico 3 medium, I think. It's, I mean, this horn, to me, I don't like to get on my page here and talk a lot about equipment because everybody's individual. You might pick up one horn you like better than another. But I really don't find this horn to be that thin. And in real life, like on the iPad here, I'm not using a recording studio. to me, if I'm playing live and I'm using a microphone and a sound system, and this is about right. It's kind of like in the middle. And I've played other sopranos. You know, to me, this is about right. But I will tell you, the earlier videos where I was using a different mouthpiece when I first got this soprano, I wasn't. I thought it was kind of like too nasal or too thin sounding. You know, this is S7, I think Van Doren, the V16, and this is what I use like 95% of the time. I really don't even use anything else. And I got this when I bought the soprano. It's just that I wasn't using it that much because I needed to find like reeds that I was happy with. And this is like the three. These are three medium. They're filed, I guess. It doesn't really matter. You know, you just put the reed on that plays. The other reeds I like are these 2.5. On this particular mouthpiece, this is a 7. So anyway, so that is the soprano discussion. Again, you have to find what you like, you know. And these are not cheap. This is a pretty costly soprano. Whether you go down to the Model 52, which is I've played that too. It's a nice horn. You know, this has a little more projection and a little more firepower to it. You know, when you push on it. So the other thing was, let's see, another question I had, and more recently, was about the rubber Auto-Link, I guess the tenor mouthpieces, and the current ones. I'm not a big fan of those. And if you find one that you like that works on your horn, then it's good, right? What I use are copies that somebody made for me. Like I have two that were made for me by Phil Engelman, who makes the Philtone mouthpieces. So basically they are they're 105 opening, like a 7-star Auto-Link, and they're very close to like a rubber slant kind of style mouthpiece. And one is made slightly brighter than the other one, but they're both the same. I think the model is the Eclipse. One's an older one, and then he made me a newer one. The one is darker, and the other one is a little bit more punch to it, and it's more immediate. And as far as the new rubber Auto-Links, I'm not too happy. You know, like I'm not a big fan of them. I think there's a lot of other stuff out there that plays a lot better. The metal ones, they're similar to the way they were. You have to try them. I have a couple that work really good. In fact, I have one I got on eBay, or not eBay, on Amazon as a second. It was like $115, a metal one. It's a size 7 for the tenor, and it plays great. The table's nice and flat. It speaks quickly. You have to go through a couple ligatures to find one that you know, that work. I only use the Auto-Link ligatures, but again, and I have Auto-Links. I must have 8 or 10 of them sitting here, so I can try different ones. And I know what the old ones play like. I've had them for years, but so you got to test them out. But the rubber ones, no, I don't care for them. And I mean, if you like them, it's okay. But I think they're kind of resistant, and you would have to actually you know, work on them, or have somebody work on them. You have to thin out the tips and change the facings somewhat, you know. Okay, so what was the other thing we had? I'm thinking here because I didn't really write it down, you know. Oh, how to start or stop notes. And, you know, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can start a note without doing a thing. You just put the horn in your mouth and just breathe into it. It'll start the note. See, I'm not using any tongue. I'm just breathing in. And as soon as I start the air, it starts. The other way is to start it with your tongue. And there are various styles of tonguing. You know, you can tongue more at the tip or more a little ways back. So I tongue a little bit further back, maybe, I don't know, an inch, 3/4 of an inch. So here I'm starting the note with the tongue. And I'm letting it stop when I stop the air. Now, there's also a style of tonguing where you start and stop the note with the tongue. So there, I'm mostly stopping with the tongue. A couple times I may have stopped it with the air because it's kind of hard to consciously do what you want to do. But all you're really doing is putting the tongue back on. So once you put it back on, it is ready for the next release. So when you start or stop notes, I mean, you have a variety of ways you can, you should know how to do all of those. Sometimes you don't really want the tongue involved. A little foible going on here. It doesn't want to cooperate. So I'm not using the tongue to start the note. I just want to let the note start by itself and breathe into it. Same thing with the tongue. So there you want to have a taka in there. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to stop. Does that make any sense? All right, listen, so my schedule's lightening up now. The winter's coming, and I'll be making some more videos. Whether that's good or not, I don't know. All right, so listen, have a great Sunday, and stay out of the raindrops. Okay, bye-bye.